Hey there, what's going on? Nathan here from nathanargenta.com. And most likely you came across this video because you're looking to do more research and find out about the M1 Finance app, how the investing platform works, and really just get some real reviews and feedback of people who have used this platform before, who have used M1 Finance. So what I'm going to do for you in today's M1 Finance review is I'm going to go over 3 different topics, okay? Those 3 different topics are going to be, number 1, the pros and the cons from my experience, from my own feedback, as well as other people's feedback, the pros and cons of using the M1 Finance platform and using the app. Number 2, I'm going to be sharing with you my direct portfolio of 100 different stocks that I have, my investment strategy, and how I've grown my account by over 9% in the first 4 months. And then number 3, I'm going to be sharing with you how to best take advantage of the M1 Finance app, of the platform, how to best take advantage of it as a beginner to get started, the multiple different tools and resources that it has, basically like a back-end walkthrough of the platform to really help you best take advantage of using it and getting started on the right track and building your investment portfolio. All right, so before we get into the content of the video, real quick, if this is your first time on my channel, welcome. We talk about everything marketing, entrepreneurship, and investing, all while helping you to have more fun, freedom, and fulfillment in the process. So if that sounds like you and you're interested in getting more videos on those topics, I invite you to go ahead and click the subscribe button, as well as the bell notifications button to get updates of any time I come out with new videos here on my channel. All right, so let's go over some of the pros and the cons of M1 Finance. All right, so here are the pros of using the M1 Finance. You can trade fractional shares, so you are fully invested. There's no trading fees or asset management fees. It offers flexible portfolio building, including more than 800 export portfolio pies that you can follow and use and implement into your investment portfolio. The back-end dashboard illustrates the current composition of your portfolio. You can also place individual stocks, ETF orders. And lastly, the transparency about how it generates revenue, since it charges no management fees. Now, for the cons of using M1 Finance. The way the trades are placed puts transaction timing out of your control. So ultimately, this just means that you are restricted on the times that you can invest in individual stocks or adding a stock to your portfolio. Accounts with less than $20 and no trading activity for 90 days are charged a fee. There's no online chat capabilities for support. M1 does not employ any financial advisors. The platform offers very little help for setting financial goals. And lastly, you cannot consolidate external accounts for planning purposes. All right, so like I said, those are the pros and the cons of using M1 Finance. Now, the pros I feel like definitely outweigh the cons, just because most of the cons are either because of someone who really doesn't want control or doesn't know or want to do their own stock investing. All right, they would rather pay someone management fees or an advisor fee to manage their portfolio and get professional advice. So if that's what you're looking for, M1 Finance probably is not best for you. But if you're really looking to take advantage on your own and to maybe learn a skill and to get great feedback or advice from M1 Finance, which helps you build your own unique portfolio into the stock market, individual stocks, ETFs, etc., then it's a great platform. M1 Finance can definitely help you. Also, some of the other cons were that you had limits on what you could do, or you were charged a management fee, but the limit on that was less than, what was it, $20 on your account. So I mean, if you have only $20 in your account, you should probably not be investing anyway. So yeah, I mean, it's just a lot of the cons, like I said, are not really beneficial. The cons are not really going to sway, I don't think, your decision unless you're someone that doesn't want control. You'd rather give it to someone else and let them manage your account for you. But if you want more customization, more control, and flexibility in your investing strategy, in your portfolio, then M1 Finance is really a great platform. It is beginner friendly, so even if you don't know, there are a lot of resources and tools to help you get started on the right track. All right, so now for part 2 of my review, I'm going to be sharing with you my exact my portfolio with M1 Finance. It's valued right now at over $5,000. I have 100 stocks in my portfolio. All right, I've earned about $300 so far in the first 4 months at a growth of about 9, almost 10% of growth so far in my first 4 months. All right, so let's go ahead and I'm going to share with you my portfolio on my computer. All right, guys, Nathan here with my M1 Finance portfolio. As you can see, I am logged into my account, Nathan Argenta. All right, so what I want to do for you real quick, just to follow along with my portfolio here, is I'm going to include a link in the description to my exact portfolio. So when you go to that link, you can look at the pies in my portfolio, the outbreak in my portfolio, the 100 different stocks that I have in it, the dividend yield percentage. So just really just kind of looking at the performance of how everything's broken down. Like I said, you can look at this exact portfolio, look at the pies that I have invested in, and not copy, but you can mimic or just kind of just see how I've built my portfolio out. So again, I will include a link in the description below to this exact portfolio, so you can look at it on your own and follow along here, or even just go back to at a later date. All right, so again, this is my portfolio here. It has grown since September of 2019, so about the middle of September. Over 1 year, it's grown by 9.29%. A little, almost $300, $297, almost $300 gained on this portfolio. Okay, and I've invested close to, if you just do the math on that, almost $5,000 total, but not quite, in this exact portfolio. And the nice thing is, it's kind of just shows you the broken down percentages each month, or even throughout the quarter. So like I said, it's been about 4 months since I started this portfolio, and I call it a passive income portfolio simply because I'm focused on investing in stocks. For my portfolio specifically, my strategy is wanting to just invest in stocks that pay dividends, that have a good dividend paying history, a good growth scale, as well as a good yield percentage. All right, ones that are good for long-term dividend investing. All right, and this is just how those slices or pies in my M1 Finance portfolio are broken up. Okay. If you go to the activity of my portfolio, you can just see how I've been paid dividends. This is just for the month of January alone. And the activity on my account, just all these companies paying me dividend shares for owning shares in the company. Okay. And then if I go to the holdings, this just goes over all the holdings and companies that I have, the value of each holding that I have, the gain over time. So it just kind of helps me break down the gains and the average price of the stock at the time whenever it was purchased. Okay. So that's the nice thing, is it just gives you that breakdown as well. And then if I do go back to the actual portfolio side of things, where if you go to the link in the description, this will also show you just the growth scale of this specific portfolio and returns based off an initial investment, say, of $100. So if you were to mimic or almost duplicate this portfolio that I have of mine, you would, over a month period, earn 2.32%, a quarter 5.62%, 1 year 23%, 3 years is 43%, and then 5 years is 48%. So this is just historically how this portfolio has performed, or would have performed, if I had invested 5 years ago, 3 years ago, a year ago. Okay, but again, like I said, I got started about 4 months ago on this exact portfolio. Okay. So like I said, go check this out. Just see the breakdown of how everything breaks down. See it on your own, and just do your own due diligence and your research on those stocks and really your investing strategy. Like I mentioned before, my portfolio is a dividend investing strategy. You can ultimately pick whatever strategy you want. There's multiple options and how you can invest, and I'm going to go over that here. And then in part 3, which is just how to take advantage of the tools and resources that M1 Finance has. All right, so now the third and final part of my review on M1 Finance. What I want to go over and share with you is ultimately how M1 Finance can help you build a customized portfolio, and share with you on the back end the dashboard, give you basically a dashboard walkthrough of the platform, how you can best use the different tools and resources that are available inside M1 Finance to help you get started and really customize your own portfolio based off your investment strategy. Whether you're looking for slower long-term growth, maybe you're more of an aggressive investor and you really want to be aggressive and get higher growth and higher returns. Like I said, maybe it's a slower compounding accounts that you want to grow. So really, it's up to you what you want to do, but I'm going to share with you real quick the dashboard walkthrough video and share with you these tools and resources that M1 Finance offers to help you build a successful portfolio. All right, guys, so now for part 3 of this video about sharing the resources and tools that you have available with your account, your free account with M1 Finance, the best take advantage of this platform and to be able to help you build a successful investing portfolio on your own that's completely customized on your investment strategy or needs. So the resources really is the best tool that it has is the research tab. Okay, so when you go into your account and you set it up for free, you will go to the market news. This section just completely goes over all the different news, that tons of different articles across the web, some very authoritative articles. Forbes, the Wall Street, New York Post, for example. You continue to look down. Forbes is on there multiple different times. So it's a complete, basically a market news tool to help you look over the stock market, the stocks that you have, and just what's happening in the market. Okay. And the nice thing also is it has a stocks tool. This stocks tool, you can do research on these stocks. You can search them by name or by their ticker symbol, all right, the stock symbol. You can do research on it, and you can go over different filters when you do the research, whether it's the market capitalization, the payout ratios, the dividend yield percentage, and the type of sector of that stock that you're looking to invest in. All right. I use this a lot when I'm doing my dividend investing strategy because I like to look for a certain percentage of dividends that I want to invest in that pay that yield percentage, whether it's 2%, 5%, 10%. This will give you a good range if you want to stick within that range, and then you can ultimately pick a sector. So say it's an energy company, or say it's a healthcare company. You can ultimately pick, and it will give you the breakdown of how that stock's performed over the past year, 3 years, 5 years, and then what dividend yield percentage that it pays. Okay, so this is a great tool and resource. The next tool and resource for you is the funds tab. All right, this one is great if you're looking to invest in some ETFs such as Vanguard. All right, and again, you can search by total assets, dividend yield, the expense ratios, and other categories in this sector as well, in those ETFs or trusts. And you can break it down by, just like the stocks, by year growth percentage, 3 years and 5 years. This is such an easy, user-friendly tool to be able to look up and do that research and get a good idea of how the market's performed historically till now, and even over time, and how it's paid out. All right, so this is a great resource tool. The next one is pies. Now, these are your individual pies. Whenever you are creating pies, you can edit, change, and add or remove different things within these pies to your portfolio. Okay, so these are all the ones that I've used, and this is the exact passive income portfolio that I have in my pie. But these you can individualize and break down and add those to your pie, your specific portfolio at a later date. Okay, so that you can, like I said, customize everything that you want. It seems maybe at times, or for me, it was at times a little confusing at first, but then once I got it set up and got it created and started adding those individual stocks or ETFs in my portfolio, then everything made sense and how it correlates with the pies into your portfolio. So another great resource, which is really one of probably the most important things, is for someone who really doesn't know what direction to take, what's the next step. They don't want to buy individual stocks or ETFs or bonds, and they're just not sure how to go about this, but they want to do it on their own. They want to have a little bit more control or customization, all right, and not have to pay those management fees, advisor fees for someone to manage their portfolio. So ultimately, really, this is probably one of the most powerful tools that M1 Finance has, are these expert pies. Okay, so these are basically broken down to individual pies that are created that other financial advisors, brokers would have, that you would pay high management fees, advisor fees for, but you can basically mimic or duplicate that on your own. So this is a great resource. So whether you just want to do general stock investing, you want to pick up add a portfolio for your retirement, responsible investing pies. These are pies just for stocks and bonds. This is the hedge fund follower pie, income producers or earners, and these are other strategies. So you'll be able to look at these up when you create your account and just see how it's broken down. I'm going to go into two of them for you real quick. Let's do the plan for retirement. All right, so let's just say you want to plan for retirement. These are all the pies broken down that are pre-populated, automated, and created for you based off great percentages and yields. So they're also broken down based off conservative, aggressive, moderate investing strategies. And again, nice tool before when you look up stocks or ETFs is they give you breakdowns. These expert pies also give you breakdowns as well. 1 year performance, 3 year, 5 years, shows you the risk level, the dividend yield, and the performance over time. All right, so let's go to one of these real quick. Let's just say you want to do a conservative portfolio. All right, this conservative portfolio, 1 month is about 1%, a quarter 3.65, almost 15% for the year, 24% for 3 years, and 30% for 5 years. This is actually a really good portfolio that if you were completely new starting out, you didn't know where to start, and you want to be conservative with your investments and see it grow over time, this would probably be a great expert pie that I would encourage you to invest in. All right. This pie is broken down and it gives you the exact slices of what is included with this pie. You got the Vanguard Intermediate Term Bond ETF, Vanguard Long Term. You got the Vanguard Value ETF, the S&P 500, Vanguard Growth ETF. I mean, there's multiple different slices in this pie. All right, so you can really diversify it. And the nice thing is you can add to this or even change these targets if you want to change these target percentages and how much of your portfolio is invested in those. But it's a very diversified portfolio. So it's not just one ETF or one bond or one stock that you're invested in. It's completely diversified, which is good for very conservative traders. Okay. So that's that one. Let's go back to someone who's looking for an income earner. Someone just wants to earn income through dividends and income returns and payments. All right. So if we go to this portfolio, the ones that are recommended here, M1 Finance has multiple different ones here. Let's go over, like I said, same thing, 1 year, 3 year, and 5 year growth. Let's go to one that's a little bit more aggressive here, 71% return. Dividend yield is 1.8%. All right, and those are 3 holdings in that. So this is domestic dividend payment. The domestic is in the United States, okay? So these are all companies within the US. This is the Dividend Appreciation ETF, as well as 2 other dividend funds that you'll be investing in, mid-cap and small-cap companies, okay? Gives you the target percentage of the money and how it's allocated, and just the growth. I mean, gosh, this is probably a pie that I should invest in my own retirement account or investment account. I'm very shocked. I should start doing this as well. So, but yeah, like I said, that's why this is M1 Finance is so great for beginners. It's so user friendly and easy to use and build and customize your own portfolio to your own needs, your investing strategy, whether you want to be conservative, whether you want to be aggressive, and the type of stocks or maybe ETFs, bonds, etc. that you want to invest in. It's completely up to you. You have full control over everything. All right. And then last but not least, the last tool here is a watch list. Okay. These are stocks, ETFs, bonds, whatever you're interested in investing in, or maybe ones that you want to keep your eye on. You can add those to your watch list and they will be all listed here, and you'll be able to track the performance, the growth of these ETFs, stocks, bonds, etc. At a later date if you maybe want to add these later, like I said, onto your portfolio. So that's another great resource or tool that M1 Finance has available for you as well. All right. All right, guys, so that concludes today's video on my M1 Finance review. If you did receive value from today's video, go ahead and hit that like button. Leave me a comment below, letting me know the value that you received. Any feedback is greatly appreciated. And also, don't forget, make sure you go to the link in the description to M1 Finance. Set up your account. You'll get $10 for free just by using my refer a friend referral link, or even go to my portfolio. I will include a link in the description as well to my exact portfolio that you can look at, view, and just see how this portfolio is built and any changes that I make in the future. And last but not least, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to get updates of any time I come out with new videos here on my channel. Guys, thanks again for watching. Make it a great day, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.